Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Vindication. I'm your host, Jackson Hester, and today I think we're going to take a look at the Golden State Warriors and just kind of their current state of affairs. A few things I want to just go ahead and hit right off the bat. Klay Thompson being out is super impactful. It's super bad. Obviously, that completely changes the entire dynamic of the team. And Draymond Green hasn't really been playing that much. So those are the two things that I wanted to just go ahead and straight off, make sure that everybody knows, because the Warriors of old are kind of, they're the Warriors of old. They don't really exist. They're kind of a thing of the past. Klay Thompson, not existing for this season is it really changes a lot of dynamics. Even I think just Klay and Steph really is a threatening team, but right now, with the lack of talent that they have on the team, lack of talent around Steph, it's just going to be not that easy for him to really thrive. It just needs a few more pieces. These pieces are not exactly like Kelly Oubre, who's kind of really having a rough start. He's shooting a terrible percentage. I believe he missed 20-something. Maybe he's 1 for 13 on threes at one point in the season, or 0 for 12. It's just, that's absolutely, that's abysmal. That is just disgusting, honestly. And, as I take kind of a closer look at really what Kelly Oubre is producing, I just get more and more disgusted and just, it's just absolutely despicable. And, I think that the NBA needs to look into some kind of, fraud investigation for Kelly Oubre's contract, because 8.2 points is, it's really not going to cut it for a guy that you literally have on your team to score. He's not producing anything else. I mean, he's averaging a block a game. Super early goings. I mean, I understand all these numbers are going to be a little bit off whack, but a block, 1.6 steals, 6 rebounds, not even an assist. I just don't understand how this character is really good. And he's 25. I toyed around with the idea of Kelly Oubre being a young player for a long time. When he was on Washington, that's when I think that the Kelly Oubre value was the highest, and they really messed that up. Their GM should have kind of gotten rid of Kelly Oubre a lot earlier. He ended up not playing a super ton of minutes behind Otto Porter in that super weird team that was like Otto Porter, John Wall, Bradley Beal. It was actually randomly good. They had Marcin Gortat and a bunch of good players around the tail end of their career. But the next person on this team, that you have to discuss is Andrew Wiggins. He's been playing okay. He's not Klay. That's, I think, really clear. He doesn't draw almost any gravity. Same thing with Kelly Oubre, not drawing any gravity. Looking at his 3-point percentage, Kelly Oubre at this point in the season, he's shooting. That's disgusting. He shoots not even 10%. He shoots 4% from the line, from the 3-point arc. That's a serious joke. And that can't continue if they really plan to win any games. I mean, that's horrible. And then, like I said, the next guy you got to talk about is Andrew Wiggins, who's scoring a respectable 17.2 points. It's not the best in the world, but we're not. I think we're not very upset at Andrew Wiggins for that. I think that's pretty much what we're expecting from him at this point in his career. Honestly, that's good. I think that I expect around this 17.5 points a game. I think is right where Andrew Wiggins is going to find himself in the realistic existence of the rest of his career. Kelly Oubre, by the way, averaging 2.4 turnovers a game. That's not good. Top of the Warriors, they're turnover machines. Steph is already bringing 4 into the equation, 3.5. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Kelly Oubre, and Andrew Wiggins are both, they're horribly inefficient. I'm looking at their shooting percentages. I mean, Andrew Wiggins is shooting 40% from three right now, which is actually really good. But Andrew Wiggins' overall field goal percentage is, sitting at like 37%. Like that's abhorrent. That needs to be stopped. We need to abolish Andrew Wiggins' shooting percentage. That's insane. And it's not like he's producing anything else in the game. Like, he's producing the most inefficient, disgusting 17.2 points a game, and he's literally getting you 5 rebounds and 2 assists. It's like, oh my, this is so bad. You get down to the next player on their team, it's a 19-year-old James Wiseman, and you're starting to say, like, oh my goodness, this team is actually atrocious. There's nothing here. James Wiseman's good. He's a rookie, but he's looking good. 40% from the field is pretty dang good. 50% from three is actually pretty dang good. I say 40% from the field is good. It's not. But he's a rookie, so those numbers are a little bit to be expected. His effective field goal is actually, it's pretty dang high. It's not bad. It's 45-ish% effective shooting, and we take that, especially for a rookie. That's pretty efficient offense. He's only getting you 5.6 rebounds, which is a really kind of disappointing. He's leading the team in blocks but not by a lot. 1.6 blocks a game, not even a steal a game. These are numbers that you really are going to want to trend in the right direction. He shoots about 70% from the free throw line, though. That's encouraging for sure. And the rest of this team's filler. I hate to kind of down your boy Eric Paschall, who's 24 and kind of, a sophomore player that's starting to look at the same age as Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins. It's like, okay, he's not really that young. You got Draymond Green. He really doesn't really look like he's played. I think he's maybe played 18 minutes in one game or something like that for the total in the season. And then you go down and it's just like bad guard, Brad Wanamaker, Damon Lee, Jordan Poole. They've got, I don't even know who Michael Mulder is. They've got Kent Bazemore on the team. I mean, you got Juan Toscano Anderson, who's not bad. I wouldn't sleep on Juan Toscano Anderson. Kevon Looney, who is also starting to get up there in age. He makes me sad because I thought he could score. He could be better than he is. He's not been looking that good. Draymond Green is really starting to try to get himself out of the Hall of Fame conversation. I mean, in my opinion, it's pretty clear that you should give Draymond Green, or maybe in the future I'll have a discussion about this, but I think Draymond Green's probably a Hall of Famer. But I'm a little bit more lenient. I don't know if he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's definitely not like a unanimous Hall of Famer or anything like that. But I think you can't really tell the story about. I don't know about the qualifications of the Hall of Fame, but I know that you can't tell the story of basketball without Draymond Green. He's an integral part of the reshaping of the NFL. He's like the poster child for what you wanted a center to be in like 2015. Like, he was the actual evolution of the five. He was where we all kind of thought everything was going, and he was only able to maintain that form for like 2 years. And it's kind of hard to really fault him for falling a little bit off when that KD comes. Your life gets a lot easier. He kind of plays your position a little bit as well. He's like taller than you, and it makes you harder to fit because you still play the center with KD. So like, I don't know. Positions are really only there for amateurs to be able to follow the game, I suppose. But Draymond Green being the ultimate tweener, I think he's a Hall of Famer. So I really need him to bounce back when he comes back. I need him to play well. I think the Warriors are really wanting to make the playoffs this year, just to make it and just to have the pressure off their shoulders, so that next year when they have Clay back, they're ready to contend. I've seen a lot of things floating around. People are saying like Steve Kerr is trying to run like a calculus offense with players that can't pass pre-calculus, and I don't think that is really an insightful analysis. I don't think that that's really giving you an idea of what the problem is. I think that it's way deeper than just Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins are like middling IQ players. It's like, no, probably not. They know what's going on. It's just the execution has been poor, and that's not really on Steve Kerr. I think Steve Kerr is not one of the greatest coaches of all time. I think that's probably pretty clear. He got extremely lucky with a godlike team, and he'll go down as a Hall of Fame coach for sure. He's a great player too. He had some really insane shots. I'm a big fan of Steve Kerr. I think that there's some warranted criticism and some unwarranted criticism. I think he's getting a lot of open shots for his players. It's just when Kelly Oubre is shooting 4% from the three, there's some problems.